Hey, welcome to JSG Woodworking. Today, hopefully I will get this done. This is my third attempt at trying to do this video. Not having much luck today. Camera keeps falling, I'm just being a klutz. So, today's plan. I have two sets of pen and pencil kits that I'm batching out to go to a craft show in May. So I thought, since I was going to batch these out, that I'd kind of bring you along with the adventure. I've done this one other time. I had an order of 5 pens, Slimline pens, that I did. And this kind of process worked quite well. We'll see if it still does. So I've got what I believe is Purple Heart. As you can see, one is shorter. I started on my first take and camera fell, lost everything. I don't know what happened. Second take, did my intro, got going, fell, stopped, noticed my audio's off. So deleted that. Now, hopefully, my audio is good. And we get to do this again. So, the other wood, I believe this is some zebra wood. Not sure. I'm probably wrong. If you know what type of wood this is, please, please, please let me know. Because I have no idea. I got it from a grab bag from Woodcraft. It was one of their 5-pound bags or whatever it is of random blanks. Got looking through it, saw a lot of that. Saw a good chunk of Purple Heart. And what I think is some black and white ebony. I could be wrong, but here it is. Not the greatest. This one's got a pretty big crack down it, but I've made some other stuff with other pieces that turned out amazing. I love it. Hard as hard can be, but man, it's fun to turn. So yeah, and then I got this almost jet black, what I'm guessing again is black and white ebony. That's almost just all black ebony. So that's the fun. I've got some fancy Slimline pen and pencil kits. They're in gunmetal. I got them from Turner's Warehouse. A shout out to Turner's Warehouse. I love those guys. Great customer service, fast service. Amazing. They are my go-to for pen kits. Okay. So now that I've kind of started, I'm going to back up a little bit, even though they're all marked up now, but show you kind of what I did to get to this point, as long as everything goes well. So let me move you. I'm going to apologize now if you fall or anything of that sort. I'm still learning proper placement in this new shop and proper angles and all that fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to show you on one of these ones since it's easier to see. So basically what I did was I grabbed one of my tubes out of one of the kits, came over here, gave myself a little extra room here, marked a line. Went on that side, gave myself again a little room, marked line over here, giving myself a little room. Okay, did that for all 4 blocks. Put a center cross so I know where the midpoint is, since the Slimlines are 2 pieces, and then I numbered them. So I've got 1, I've got 2, I've got 3, and then I've got 4. So they're all numbered on each side, so I know exactly where they belong. So now the part that fell doing this was when I started cutting. So my scroll saw apparently does not like anything else. Let's move you over here. Sorry about this. Again, I'm still trying to figure out angles. And I got a new piece of equipment. I got this disc sander that's on loan from my dad. or belt disc sander. It's on loan, which is nice because I didn't have one before. Okay, so I have this fun little fancy dancy jig that I've made. Basically, all I took was a miter gauge, piece of plywood, screwed them together. But it allows me to take this, put this side right against the edge of the cast iron plate here, plywood right on top, and then I can just push it straight through and get a straight cut. And this is a really bad angle again. There we go. That's a little bit better. Sorry, things will get better as I get used to this new shop. Okay, so now taking the Purple Heart, and since I've already done this side, but I really screwed it up because that's when the camera fell, so my line is off. So I'm going to try to not take too much more off and straighten it up. So if you fall from the vibrations of this jigsaw or the scroll saw, I am sorry. I will try to make it so you don't. But bear with me here, guys. But I know it's going to get very, very vibrating, so I apologize for the poor quality. Okay, so that's better. Still ain't perfect, but it's better. So I will take it. Alright, so now we want to come to the center line that I drew. And we're going to do that all over again here. Okay, sorry, I noticed that it was really angling. So now I've got myself worried that because of that angle, I'm not going to have enough space. It's going to be very snug, but I have a little bit of leniency there. Okay. So, now that I got that done, grab block number 2. For some reason, things just aren't lining up straight. Alright, so, do the waste block end of it here. I think you guys kind of get the idea here. So the next part is to drill. So, since I don't have a center finder, this is my makeshift center finder. So, easiest way I found is to take one piece, find the joining side, so that's part of the reason why I mark it, and then I can just angle this so it goes corner to corner, mark it, rotate it, get the other corner to corner, or as closely as I think I can get, and now I've got my X. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all 4 sets here. A little off on that one, but it's all good. All I'm really trying to do is find a rough center. With these Slimlines, with how big these blocks are, it's not quite as important to find the center, the exact center, have it drilled exactly straight. Nobody's going to be able to tell if you're slightly off when you're done. You know, if you have one of the more fancier style
kits or blocks. You know, if you've got one of like the Giza style links, then you know it's going to be a lot more important that you find exact center. You're drilling exactly straight through. But since these are all just basic wood, no design in them, no nothing, it's not quite as critical to find exact center, drill exactly straight. You can fudge a little bit. You still do have to be careful because you don't want to blow out the side of the blank if you're not drilling straight enough. But that's definitely one nice thing about these Slimline kits, is because everything is so skinny, so small, you have to take off so much material. You know, it is okay if it wanders just a little bit, as long as your drill hole is still snug, the right size, you'll be fine. Okay, so let me get you over to the drill press here. So again, this is one of those situations where I scoop the sandpaper. Just going to take a little experimenting. Alright, so I actually just finished up a Wall Street 2, so that's why I got that color on there. Let's see here. Sorry, I thought I'd been a little more prepared. Alright, so there we go. So, before I slide it down, I like to spin it a little bit, make sure it's spinning centered. Slide it down, correct, grab the lights. Alright. So this is what I use for my holding blanks while I drill them. You know, super fancy, Harbor Freight, clamp. But it does the job. So I can't complain too much. So I try to make sure that I get this as straight as I can on here. But I also want to move this up so it's a little bit closer to the drill bit. Because I've only got 2 inches of travel on this thing, I gotta get it pretty close. With this, since this is the pre-cut side, I know this is pretty flat, so I can kind of rest it on here with no real issues and go for it. Let's see if I can get you down a little bit more. So I can get a little better view. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going on these. fine. I don't need a whole lot of space there. You know, the Slimline kit is very, very thin, so that's still going to give me plenty of space there. So, it's not the best, but it works. So this one here, now I know that this isn't going to sit straight in there. So I'm going to have to spin this just a little bit, try to get it as straight as possible. But again, like I said, it's not life or death. And that's what happens when we go too fast. We don't clear out the tips enough.
Okay, got all those done. Okay, so now come back over to this table. All right, we're gonna go for a ride. Okay. Get you angled here a little bit better. A little bit more of my belly out of there. Sorry about that. Okay. So now I want to take all my kits. And I want all my tubes.
So I've got this old piece of 220 sandpaper. And basically I'm just going to go through, stuff all the tubes up. And I know there's conflicting things on if that actually helps or not. I do it because I feel some others, and it gives it a little bit more to grip onto. Oops. A little texture to bond to.
So those are all glued up. And I like the gloves because now I've got all this glue on my gloves and none on my hands. So we're going to let those dry and cure up. So I'll be back when that's done. So, I don't know how well you can see that. That has sanded up pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. Now, get a shop towel. Fold it up. Some denatured alcohol. And with this, I like to go with the grain first, just to kind of clean out some of those crevices and stuff like that. And then turn it on and go this route with it. Alright. Looks pretty good. Now while this dries, I like to clean up a little bit. So I'm going to pause you while I clean up and this dries. Okay. So that's pretty much dry now. I've cleaned up a little bit. So I kind of, when I do my CA finish, I take 5 shop towels, cut them up, because I do mine in sets of 5. I do 5 thin, 5 medium. So, that turned down. Grab my thin. Again, I'm now using that Star Bond. I have joined the affiliate program with them. So if you do want to help support the channel and would like to try out Star Bond, I'll make sure to put a link in the description for my affiliate. Kind of help me out a little bit, get you some good CA glue. So I just take the paper towels and fold them up a couple of times, so I get this nice little pad. Very rarely do I actually have it soak through this pad, but it has happened, but not bad. So I just do a quick layer of thin here. And because I'm always curious on how this is going to turn out, I like to turn it off and just see what the wood's looking like with it. And I am excited for this. So like I said, I do 5 thin, 5 medium. I'll probably fast forward through most of this because who wants to watch somebody apply a CA finish? And actually, I'm going to be right back when I finish this, so that way you don't have to watch it at all. Okay, so I'm back. 5 coats thin, 5 coats medium. The only time I use accelerator is after 2 layers of medium and then at the very end. So I just put the accelerator on. It's all dried up now. Now we're going to get to polishing. This I will let you watch. I have switched over. I'm actually going to throw these ones away because they're both used. I've switched over to Zona paper. I believe that's how you say it. It's Zona instead of micro mesh. They come in 8.5 by 11 sheets, and I just cut them up into 1 inch by 2 inch squares or 3 inch sheets. I do it by hand, so they're not all perfect. But they work. So let me again get these all pulled over here. And that way the safety police don't have to get after me and people don't have to freak out over me reaching over a running lathe. Okay. Now this I do speed up just a little bit because with this wind it is underpowered. So to keep it moving with some of the pressure I put on it, I speed it up a little bit. So. And then I just take the towel that I used with the DNA and use it to wipe it off. So I get the Zona paper completely wet, and I like to pinch it around it. It gives me a little bit more surface area on the paper itself. I don't know if it actually gives me a better sanding, or if it's just me wanting to think it's cool, but I like it. Anytime I feel it's getting dry, I just re-wet it. I do spend a little bit of time with this higher grit, just because my CA work isn't the best, and so sometimes it needs just a little bit extra help. Alright, there we go with that. Go ahead and put these back in our designated trays here. Alright, and then my fancy dancy finish. Polishing my Turtle Wax Carbonua Wax. Why I use this is because this is what I have on hand and I'm poor. Just bought a new house and this is what I started using in the first place, and it seems to work pretty good. So just kind of stuck with it. It seems to work, it does the job, it makes it nice and shiny, so I'm good with it. Now, with this, what I like to do is let it sit there for just a little bit. Sorry, while I was drilling those out, I don't know if you noticed, but this fell into my shavings. But I like it to sit for just a little bit, and then I turn my lathe as slow as it can go to start with, and just kind of buff it out a little bit until I can kind of not see it anymore, and then I move it up to a cleaner section to really get it cleaned up and buffed. In the meantime, I do turn it up, so here we go. And yes, I know the safety police are going to be after me for using a cloth. Alright. So, I don't know how well you will be able to see this. That's got, ooh, a big old nick in it right there. Yeah. So, but that's the first one, and you aren't seeing any of that. So, alright, let me get you moved over here to the assembly area, and I will get this pulled off here really quick. Alright, something I do like to do after I pull it off is double check it and clean up any glue that might have stuck to it. just kind of make it look a little bit more pretty. Alright, so with this one, I think I'm going to make this one of my pencil sets. So I got that. Let's get out all my pieces here. Problem with these kits sometimes is they have one big bag and then they have 50 mil. This little center section. And I'm going to take this. Now this is two different sizes on each side. So there's one side that will just slip in way too easily, and then there's the other side that has to be pressed in. And that's the side you want. So I take my handy dandy fancy pen vise, press that in. Okay. And then we want the center section. Which will go on the other end. And again, using my fancy dancy pen clamp. Try to make sure it goes in as straight as possible. And then I want my other side. Now here's the tricky part with this purple heart. Because it doesn't really have a very definitive grain to it, I'm finding that it's very difficult to get lined back up. But I think that will work. And then again, fancy dancy clamp. Okay. Now we want the pen clip, and I don't know if this would be really called the finial or not, but the top part of it. Just kind of look around here a little bit, see if there's an area that they want hidden or not as interesting as a grain, and it's pretty standard throughout the whole thing. So we'll just put it right there, and then we'll get this clamped in. Sorry, and I'm horrible at getting this on in frame. Okay, so there's all that together. So now we want to take our lead, slip it in the center there, and then take our nib. And the nib screws onto the lead. Maybe. Alright, so this one's just a little tight, which is funny because the last one I did was loose. Alright. And then we take the little end cap that goes over the eraser and stick it on. So Apparently not going to focus very well. So, but there it is, pretty good fit on it all. So there's that. I'm not going to make you watch the turning of the other ones. I will show the assembly of the Slimline. So I will be back later. Alright, sorry, my head's cut off. So I'm back. I've gotten the other two blanks turned. Here's one of those that I believe is zebra wood. I could be very, very wrong on that. But I don't know, it was nice, it was fun to turn. Gorgeous blank. This again is the mechanical pencil version. And since I said I would show you how I do the Slimline, I will get going on that. Just got my kit here. Okay. So with these, here's the other one that I turned. Not quite as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I actually thought this side was going to have more of the grain the black to it. But once you get down, you never know. So I'm actually going to use this side as the nib, and this is going to be the back side. So, because I think it looks better to write with the cooler part than having it up. But that's just me. So, get my nib out. That kind of placed where I want it. And then my handy dandy pen press. Maybe. Not quite starting out quite as straight as I normally like it to. Alright, so we got that. Now we take the mechanism. And with this, I like to do trial and error. I'd rather push it in a little bit short first. So I'm going to push it up to the end of this brass part. And then test it. Because it's easier to press it in a little bit further than it is to take it out. There we go. Now we take the refill, put it in, and definitely not in far enough. So just take it in a little bit further. So as you can see, I'm just going to take it to the next line there. That should. Put it in just perfect. Sorry, I'm taking off the coating, so I don't know how well you can see that. My phone doesn't want to focus, but that's pretty good placement. And then I want to take the center band and slip it on the mechanism. Maybe. There we go. And then take the finial. And now, because this is pretty plain, doesn't really matter where I put it. So, just kind of, oops. Pen clip, pocket clip. Press that all in there. Alright. It's all in there nice and snug. And kind of guessing where that all goes, where that lines up. Alrighty, so there we go. There's that. And so then we got the pen, or the pencil. I'm kind of, I don't know, I like them both, but I'm kind of wishing I would have done this one as the pen instead of the pencil, and had this one as the pencil. Personally, I use a pen more than I do a pencil. But it's all good. Let me put you on pause and run and grab those Purple Heart ones. I'll be right back. Alright, so here are the Purple Heart ones. I think they turned out just gorgeous. Pencil, sorry, and then the pen. I really like this Purple Heart. It is a gorgeous wood, especially matched up with this gunmetal kit. So, but yeah, there's those. Get my head kind of back in the scene here. Yeah. So that's kind of how I batch things out. I know it's probably not the most efficient way, but when you only have one lathe, you kind of have to do what you can. To me, keeping it all on the lathe at the same time, not changing them out all the time, seems to work a little bit better. Helps me kind of keep things a little bit neater too, because in between turning I can vacuum, clean it up, make sure my area is clean. But yeah, again, if anybody can really tell what this wood is, I would like to know. I want to say it's zebra wood, but I've never actually worked with zebra wood or really seen it, so I'm not positive. But I do like it. I think it's cool looking. But yeah, so that's this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and share it. It would help me out a lot. Again, this Starbond CA glue, I did buy this with my own money, and then join their affiliate program. I really like it. Good stuff. So if you want to help support the channel, again, like I said, I'm going to try to put a link in the description to my affiliate link. So if you use that, it helps the channel out a little bit. I get a little bit of a kickback. It'll help me keep producing this stuff. And I kind of want your opinion. I'm coming up, I think, on 100 subscribers. I'd like to do something for it. I don't know what. I don't have a whole lot. But I would like to thank you guys here in the beginning for helping me out, supporting me. So any suggestions on something that you'd like to either see me do, or something, you know, a giveaway or something like that that I can do, be greatly appreciated. But thanks for watching again. See you next time.